Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel. NBA Media Day was literally yesterday and I was planning on making a video on it, but I'm about to give you guys something even better. Finally, I'm coming at you guys with my long awaited Eastern Conference and Western Conference standings predictions. You know, we could predict the Western Conference another time. Today, I'm about to be predicting the Eastern Conference, and disclaimer for the start of this video, remember, these are my predictions. These are my personal predictions. So if you guys don't like it, I'm so sorry, but you're probably gonna have to deal with it. I'm so excited. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let's get straight into the content. I'm not gonna spend that much time with 14 through 11 because these motherfuckers aren't even close to the playoffs. So I'm just gonna speed run this. 15, I got the Indiana Pacers. They're not gonna be on shit this season. They have nobody. All they have is Tyrese Halliburton, who's gonna be averaging fucking crazy ass numbers this season with Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, who are probably not even gonna be on the team. They're gonna be taking for that tall ass motherfucker out overseas, and so are basically the majority of these teams. But at the number 14 spot, I got the Charlotte Hornets. They ain't got that nigga Miles Bridges anymore. I don't even want to say his name on this channel, but they ain't got that nigga no more. They literally haven't improved at all this whole entire offseason. They lost that nigga, and they're not doing anything about it. That's why they're there. They still have no defense at all. 13, I have the Orlando Magic. Yes, they just got Paulo Banchero, and they have Marco Fultz, but Marco Fultz is injured. They do have a very good roster, but I still think that they are trying to be in that experimental stage because we don't know what their roster is even going to look like at this point, because they have John Isaac out. They have Marco Fultz out for the start of the season, and honestly, who even knows what the Magic are going to do this season. Number 12 spot, I have the Detroit Pistons. I think the Detroit Pistons have a very good squad on their hands, and I think that they do have a chance to compete for a play-in spot, which is why I have them exactly at 12, not at 11 or 10, because I think that there are two teams that are better than them and can be better than them. And at the 11th spot, I got the New York Knicks. Listen. I do not think the New York Knicks are going to be good this season. They haven't showed me any reason why they should be at the upper echelon of the teams in the East. They really haven't. Yes, they got Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite players in the league right now, probably top 10. But let's be real with ourselves here. We're really banking on the New York Knicks being so good based off of RJ Barrett's potential. That's literally all it is. Jalen Brunson is going to be starting the 1. You got Evan Fournier probably starting the 2. It just came out today. That's a backcourt that has little to no defense whatsoever. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. I think they're going to be very good offensively, but do I think they're going to be doing anything defensively? Not necessarily. I mean, Julius Randle, I guess you can say he's a plus defender. I don't really know how he is on the defensive side of the ball. I know Mitchell Robinson's a very good rim protector. I know RJ Barrett is a plus defender. He can elevate his game on the defensive end very well this season, so I'm anticipating that. But what I am not anticipating is the New York Knicks being in the playoffs. Don't expect the New York Knicks to be in the playoffs this season, because they're probably not going to be. Now we can finally talk about the teams who are going to be in the playoffs / play-in. At the number 10 spot, I have the Washington Wizards. I literally just have the Washington Wizards here because I think that they're going to be a very good team next year. However, I think that the East is so damn stacked to the point where they're going to have to fall to 10. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing that they can do at that point. But I think having Kristaps Porzingis, I think having Bradley Beal coming back healthy, they finally got their point guard in Monte Morris. Kyle Kuzma is literally about to average fucking 40 this season. I don't give a damn. And they have Denny Avdia, one of my favorite role players in the whole entire league. And they have Daniel Gafford, a very good backup big. They have so many pieces that they can use to their advantage that will actually work in the regular season to beat, some of these teams. But do I think that they'll be able to even win a game to get into the playoffs? No. Do I think they're going to beat this team that I'm about to mention? No. It's the Chicago Bulls. And the reason why I do not have the Chicago Bulls making the playoffs this season, which is a very hot take, I don't think many people are going to even leave them out because they have Alonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, you name it, they have it. But the one thing is injuries. Lonzo Ball, we don't know what the hell is going to happen to him. This team literally ran off of Lonzo, and that's why they were so good last year. But now that his injury concerns are, getting really big, I don't know if they're going to be able to make the playoffs. I'm kind of nervous. Do the Chicago Bulls make the playoffs? You guys leave it in the comment section below. Tell me if I'm a dumbass or not. But I just think that it's going to come down to injuries, and I don't think that they're going to be able to hold up with any of these teams that are above them. I really don't. We finally got the teams who are about to make the playoffs, bro. At the number 8 spot, I got the Raptors. I know I was just talking about the New York Knicks and how they're all banking on one player to be good for them to have an actual good season. But now I'm sitting here being a hypocrite because I'm doing the exact same thing. The reason why I have them this high is because Scottie Barnes is emerging in front of our eyes. He is going to take a huge leap, and I can guarantee that. This man is about to go on a tear on both ends of the ball. He's literally going to cement himself as one of the best two-way players in the whole entire NBA in his second season. He's not going to have his second season slump. I think he's going to be able to average at least like 28 and like on 2 steals type shit. You know what I'm saying? He is going to be amazing. Not to mention they have Pascal Siakam, who's been playing the 5 amazing this season. All NBA third team. You have Fred VanVleet. You have OG Anunoby. You have Gary Trent Jr. The only thing that I can think that can hold them back is their size. They don't have a true center, and maybe Pascal Siakam will literally be that true center that they need. But I just think that they need size. I think they need size, bro. Having a bunch of wings on a team is not going to be able to win you a championship. And if you don't have an actual center, it's not going to be able to win you a championship, bro. Other than that, Scottie Barnes is about to be amazing, and he's about to lead the Raptors to the playoffs. Trust. At the number 7 spot, I got the Atlanta Hawks. It's really, really difficult to place the top 7 because you have no idea where the hell they're going to end up. And one of these teams got to be in the playoffs. One of these teams got to be in the play-in, and one of these teams ain't going to make the playoffs. But I have the Hawks at number 7, specifically because we don't know how DeJounte Murray and Trae Young are going to be able to play off each other. We all know that Trae Young does not move off the ball, but at the same time, I really do think that the big 3 in Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and John Collins, they've all been working with each other throughout this whole entire offseason. The training camp just started today, and maybe that is what's going to get the ball rolling. Maybe that's all they need. At the number 6 spot, I got the Miami Heat. They just lost PJ Tucker, which I think is a very, very big loss for them. And it's the exact reason why I have them going from 1, falling all the way down to 6. But a bigger reason why I have their fall off being as big as it is because they didn't do anything at all this whole entire offseason to help that. They lost PJ Tucker. We all know PJ Tucker was a big part of their defense and why their defense was so successful and why it brought them to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And they didn't do shit. They didn't bring in nobody. They drafted Nikola Jovic. Who knows what he's going to do? They haven't traded for Jay Crowder yet, and honestly, maybe Jay Crowder might be that guy. Maybe he is their guy. Maybe he will lead them to the NBA Finals. Maybe he was the reason. But I just think that every team got better than the Miami Heat. I think that that's why they're going to fall off. I mean, yes, they have the coach. Yes, they have Jimmy Butler. They have Tyler Hero, who wants a starting spot. I think he should be getting it. They still have Kyle Lowry, who looks slimmer, less thick. And they have Eric Spoelstra. And once you have Eric Spoelstra, you always have a chance. So that's why I have them as a lock for the playoffs. But this number 5 team, this 5th seed, is definitely better than the Miami Heat. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers. I originally had the Cavaliers at 7 and I had the Heat at 5. My whole entire thing was different. But I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers got so much better. They just traded for Donovan Mitchell without giving up any core pieces. Their starting 5 just looks lethal on paper with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. I mean, come on. Not to mention you have Kevin Love off your bench. You have Ricky Rubio off your bench. You have Isaac Okoro off your bench. It's so good to see the Cavaliers thrive without LeBron. I mean, we haven't seen this shit since 97. I wasn't even born, my nigga. I wasn't even born. I wasn't even thought of. So to see that the Cleveland Cavaliers are doing good without LeBron makes me really, really happy. I'm definitely going to be catching one of their games. I don't know when they're playing the Boston Celtics, but when they are playing the Celtics in Quicken Loans, you'll see me there. And at the number 4 spot, I got the Brooklyn Nets. Many people are going to be having the Brooklyn Nets as far down as possible because they love to hate, but at the same time, they got better from last year. They literally have Kyrie Irving on a 1-year contract, which means you're about to be getting the best Kyrie Irving that you could possibly get because he's going to be fighting for that 4-year. He said during media day, he's like, I literally lost 4 years, $100 million because he didn't want to get the vaccine. So now you know he's about to hoop his ass off so he can get that contract. You got Kevin Durant, who is aging, but at the same time, he's a top 15 player of all time, and it's Kevin Durant, for God's sake. You have Ben Simmons, who literally just went on JJ's podcast and just said, fuck it, I'm about to be shooting 5 threes. That podcast was amazing, by the way. I recommend every single person to go watch that podcast, because that's Ben Simmons right there. He's really about to make me have a complete 180, bro. I'm about to be a big-ass Ben Simmons cheerleader this season. But anyway, Ben Simmons, very good facilitator, very good defender. He was literally cooking niggas in 2018 with JJ Redick and Marco Bellinelli. Imagine what he can do with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. He's gonna be averaging at least 10 to 11 assists with these motherfuckers, bro. They got TJ Warren, they got Royce O'Neal, they got so much better. They still have their shooting in Joe Harris, he's coming back. They still have Seth Curry, they still have Patty Mills. They have literally everything. But the only thing that is making me not think that they're going to be top 3 is because these 3 teams got so much better and healthier to the point where it's just like, what the fuck do you even do? You know what I'm saying? At the number 3 spot, I got the Boston Celtics. Regardless of whatever the hell happened with Ime Udoka, we ain't gonna speak on him on this channel until he comes back. After all that shit, people are like, are the Celtics even gonna be good this season? Is the real reason why the Celtics went to the playoffs, is it because of Ime Udoka? Is it because of the first year head coach? I don't think so. I think it's because of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Robert Williams, Grant Williams, Derek White. But guess what? I just named all those players. All those players are coming back, and we got some more. Malcolm Brogden, 6th man of the year. About to happen. The Boston Celtics really went to the NBA Finals and got better without giving up literally nobody. We gave up nobody for this man, Malcolm Brogdon. We're coming, and I mean that. I'm looking at these top 2 teams, and I'm like, shit. Which team should I put number 1 and which team should I put number 2? I originally have the Bucks at number 1 and the Sixers at number 2, but we're switching that. I got the Bucks at number 2, man. And it's literally self-explanatory. They're getting healthy. Chris Middleton's coming back. They still have Drew Holiday. They still have the best player in the whole entire world, Giannis Antetokounmpo. They added Joe Ingles. I don't really know what the hell Joe Ingles is going to be doing on this team besides catching and shooting. That's why I have them at number 2. But at the number 1 spot, we got the 76ers. Very good coach in Doc Rivers. Crazy how I talk about Doc Rivers first before I even talk about Joel Embiid and James Harden, who fucking lost 100 pounds apparently, because that's what he said. I'm going to go off what he said. They added D'Anthony Melton, who's going to be a very good contribution to them off their bench. They added PJ Tucker. They pried away PJ, bro, who literally just came out and said that they were trying to get there with Daryl Morey in Philly for like 2 years now. So obviously they wanted to play with each other, and obviously he didn't want to play in Miami. It's just crazy. Their team just got so much better, bro, and there's really no complaints about their team. I don't really see any holes on paper with this team. I think that they're going to be the number 1 seed. I think they have a very good chance of going to the NBA Finals, and I think that they actually have a chance of winning it. But that's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully you guys like this video. Leave a comment, subscribe. I'm out.